and I had a co-taught classroom, and it was my first year teaching with him actually in the classroom. And when I was first exposed to Today's Meet, I don't know if you're familiar with the website. I was exposed to it at the Ohio Innovative Learning Environment conference last summer. And then at one of our first FAMS meetings, we experienced that well. I don't know if you remember the fishbowl conversation, and then up projected was the Today's Meet. So seeing it twice, Andy and I, we decided, let's give this a shot in the classroom. And what it is it's a website, todaysmeet.com. You can name your own room, and then you have the room available for however many days you may need. I think it may be up to 2 weeks. And I like it. It's comparable to Twitter, so the kids are familiar with it, but it's a little bit safer because it's a invitation type, if you would, and except for Twitter's exposed to the whole world. With this, it's just those kids that have your exact website. So it'd be todaysmeet.com/Cly39 because that's the classroom and the room number. So it is a little bit more safer. So how we used it, we had a tiered approach, which I'll explain here in a second, with 3 groups. And we had the students identify and create selected literary term examples from the novel Stargirl. And the tiered approach looked like this. We used MAP results, which is a measure of academic progress that we use at Worthington. We use it 3 times a year, beginning of the year, middle, and end of the year. It's kind of an ongoing progress monitoring. And we use those results to group the students. So in Tier 1, the students that needed the least amount of the scaffolding assistance, they had the definition, the literary word definition or the word on the front, and roughly out of the 45 words, maybe just 10 of them that we thought that they may struggle with, they had the definition on the back. Tier 2, out of the 45 words, maybe around 25 had the definition on the back. And Tier 3, those students that we felt would need the most support in this activity, had all the definitions on the back, and some of them had examples. So from there, we had the students broken up in 3 different groups, and the students didn't know that they were in this group that had definitions on the back, because we had a table here, table here, table here, 3 different areas where the students would go access their card, okay, and then they bring it back to their partner or individually, whatever they chose, and they would provide an example of the term they received and post it on the Today's Meet. And while we did that, it really incited great discussions to the point where the specific example was the student had an example of the external conflict. So we were able to stop everybody where they were, positively reinforce that, give them that instant feedback, and say, hey, look at so-and-so here, here's what they did. And we're able to ask other students, why is this correct, why is this not correct? And then it also opened up the window to talk about internal conflict, which the students were struggling throughout the novel as well. And it has really promoted great discussion. We found some strengths with their figurative language and refinement needed with creating their own examples. So after a while, especially the Tier 1 students, they were putting up great examples from the book. We kind of pushed them a little bit further. Hey, try to create your own using this word. And so they struggled with that a little bit, but it was kind of nice to just give them a little push and see how far they could take it. And then, like I said earlier, it's an interactive online website. The students were really engaged. They really did enjoy it, and it was quite interactive. Here's the examples of the note cards. So you have your terms on the left here, and then some of them have the definitions on the back and examples as well. And that's our little literacy pond, if you would, where they accessed all their terms.